We gotta talk about Macbeth here because it's basically being remade after felt like the 40th time. This time, however, with Michael Fassbender as playing Macbeth, and it's just about this. There's this guy, and he's trying to become king.
Right, the general.
Yeah, you know the story. And anybody who's gone past 10th grade knows the story of Macbeth. How does this, real quick? How does this relate to Japanese cinema? Because a movie by Akira Kurosawa called Throne of Blood, which was basically the exact same story as Macbeth, told actually with samurais. So, and actually that was a much better version than actually the movie that we're reviewing right now. I'm not gonna lie. So, what is this about? Well, you know what it's about. You want to just go right to the.
Well, yeah. Let's remind the people.
Well, it's about basically a guy who wants to.
Yeah, he wants to become king,
and then his wife's like, "You got to do it. You got to kill the king." He's like, "I don't want to do it. Otherwise, I won't ever have sex with you ever again."
It's consuming ambition.
So he does it, and then because she's a gold digger. Now let's play the clip.
How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone?
We have scourged the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth.
Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
Okay, so it's kind of weird how like everybody's whispering. They try to take a new take on it, but it doesn't really do much because it's showing so much you can do with Shakespeare here. And the only problem is like when he has that whole "doth his spot" speech, it's told in a whisper, so there's a lot of interpretation. You don't get it unless you already are familiar with Shakespeare's works. And as much as Shakespeare is obviously pivotal in literature and writing and even theater.
Coming from someone who didn't, this is one of the Shakespeare stories I never saw. Looking at seeing this film, it was very modern, up to date, and
yeah, it has like a lot of like Game of Thronesy kind of cinematography. It's really dope that way.
Yeah, and it's very dark and chilling and whatnot. Michael Fassbender was very good here.
Yeah,
he was able to give like a lot of charisma and a king swagger, and Marion Cotillard, I was actually impressed because her British accent here is actually not too bad. Not perfect, but the effort is there. But she was also really good in portraying this really, essentially manipulative character here.
All right, and that's great and everything. That's cool, but like I'm just saying, like I read Julius Caesar and I read other kind of Shakespeare works just to read, just for fun, because I feel like I should read a little bit of Shakespeare. However, at the same time, if you're one of those people, like many people were when I was in 10th grade, who were just like, I hate Shakespeare. And don't like reading and don't like doing anything really in life, then you won't actually be like fascinated by this movie. You have to really be kind of you have to be accepting of the Shakespeare language and the actual kind of storytelling to actually appreciate the film. So I'd say unless you don't like that, don't see the movie.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at least somewhat familiar with Shakespeare, and I mean, obviously, if you like Michael Fassbender as well, I say see it. But yeah, if you don't really like Shakespeare at all, this is not a movie for you.
And there's a million different reinterpretations of Macbeth that you can see, particularly one with Orson Welles. So you can see that instead.